Right, what's up guys? Welcome to another newsletter video. In today's video I'm going to show you a very simple strategy that I use in the altcoin market when I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, any other altcoins, and the Forex market, right? So basically what it is, it's a combination of the break and retest strategy with the RLZ to RLZ setup, right? So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I like to use the RLZ in my analysis. That's the the area around the 618 Fibonacci retracement level and the horizontal support and resistances, right? So I'm just going to go through a quick breakdown here of what it is, right? So you have a support level right here. You get price comes down, bounces, now comes down for a second bounce, breaks this area, right? So support is now broken. You are now going to anticipate that the first retest of that previous support is going to be a bearish reaction, right? And the idea here is to short this area. This is the break and retest, right? What I'd like to do is I'd like to add the RLZ. Basically what that is the area around the 618 and the 786, the area between the 618 and the 786. So I add the short RLZ by selecting the high of that move, the high of the breakdown move, to the low, right? So whenever you have a low, you see price starts coming up to the breakout area, you want to add the short RLZ. And as you can see here, you have perfect confluence with the breakdown area and the short RLZ. That's going to be your short entry, right? So whenever you see a confirmed reaction, like a bearish engulfing or bearish pin bar on like the 4 hour, depends on what time frame you're trading, but I like to go off the 4 hour, right? So price comes up, right? And now that we're, see price up here, you want to add the long RLZ wherever the reaction is, right? So you want to add long RLZ, say price gets reacted at that level, get the long RLZ down here by selecting the low of the move to the high of the move that you're going to short, right? So you add the short tool right here, you enter on confirmation, whatever confirmation you like to use. The stop loss should be above the swing high here if you want to have a very high R trade, above the RLZ, or if it makes sense, above this high right here, the high prior to the breakdown, the last swing high, right? But I usually put it above the 786, and take profit should be down at the 618 of the long RLZ. So usually when I do my the break and retest strategy, what I'd like to do is I like to get in on the get in on the bearish retest if I'm short, and I want to write it down, right? But this is actually a pretty good setup too. If you can have a decent enough win rate and a decent enough risk to reward ratio on these trades, you can just take full profit down here, because this is a pretty high probability trade, right? And the probability of this just breaking down and continuing lower, obviously that's gonna be a good way to let your winners run, right? But it's not always sure that it's always going to continue down, but it's highly likely that it's actually going to test the 618. So if the risk to reward is in your favor, I would recommend just getting out here, right? So let me show you exactly how this looks on this Link USDT chart right here. So on Link USDT, you see that we have a major SR level right in this area, something like this, not really perfect, but something like that, right? Now you're getting rejected of this level right here. And now you get reacted at this level, you're thinking, well, price is most likely going to continue lower, right? So now if the trend is to the downside, you want to short the next up move, right? And what we got here is we got this down move right here, and we want to add the short RLZ to this move right here. So we select the high of the breakdown move to the low, right? And as you can see here, we came up and we perfectly test the 618 right there, right? So that's where you want to short. And if you look at the 4 hour, it's not really a pin bar, but here you have a very nice bearish pin bar on the 4 hour. If you wait for the second retest, that could be a beautiful entry right there. So let's say that you wait for the second retest confirmation. Some people like to wait for confirmation by seeing a reaction and then move up again and then a second reaction, and this would be a fantastic trade right here where you go short on the close of that 4-hour bearish pin bar. The stop loss in this case could be actually, you know, above the 702 right here. So I mean, you get this level right here, you could have, you know, above that high too. But to give it some extra room, you might want to put it above the 702 of the short RLZ. Now that you have this up move right here into the short RLZ, you want to add the long RLZ. That's going to be your take profit area, right? And that's going to be right here. You select the high, the low there to the high where the reaction of the RLZ happens. And if, as you can see here, we come down and we perfectly tests the RLZ right here. So if you take profit at the 618, that's going to be a nice trade right there, 2.5. And to add some confidence to this type of setup, you want to, what I do at least, I'll add you know, some trend lines and major moving averages to kind of get a good idea of what I'm watching. So one trend line you could take a look at is, for example, you got this one right here where you kind of got that high to, you know, this low down here, and you can kind of see how it lines up with this area to the right here. You know, something like this. It don't really need to be perfect, right? But if you have this trend line right here, so you get this trend line right here, you can kind of see how you know, its price is respecting this area, the general area around the trend line, right? And then you see price comes up and it's getting rejected off that trend line and the 618 with a 4-hour bearish engulfing and a 4-hour. That's going to add some confidence, right? Another thing that's adding a lot of confidence to this particular idea right here is the daily, where is it? The daily 20 exponential moving average. So if you add the daily, that's going to be this yellow right here. You see that the price is, you know, nicely getting rejected on daily by the 20 EMA on the daily right here. So some very nice confidence right there. All right, guys, that's the break and retest strategy in combination with the RLZ to RLZ idea. Hopefully you guys like this short videos like this one, and be sure to watch the next week's newsletter where I will have more videos like this one. And don't forget, guys, like in our trading community in the Discord, that's where you will get these types of stuff on a daily basis in our daily webinars that we do every day. All right, take care, guys, and see you guys on Twitter and in the Discord community, of course.